Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be doing another foundation first impressions. This one is on a new foundation that I actually saw at Walmart, and I've never heard of this brand before. But today we're going to be trying and I don't even know if I'm even saying this right, but this is the Kokie Professional Skin Perfect HD Foundation. The packaging just looks like this. It has the little elephant, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the little elephant on the front there. And it's spelled Kokie. So I've never heard of this, but I saw it at Walmart and I thought it would be like a perfect foundation to do a first impressions on today. So on the back, it just says a mid-coverage natural finish foundation that offers flawless high-def perfection in every light. Is that true? I don't really know. I guess we're gonna have to find out. So to start, I have absolutely no face makeup on whatsoever. I basically just washed my face this morning and went to work like this. I just have mascara on and whatever is left over on my eyebrows, but absolutely no moisturizer, no nothing on my face, just all natural here. I do have my nose piercing retainers in because I did just get home from work, so now I'm sitting down and I'm going to film for you guys on this foundation. And also I have some new brushes as well that I wanted to try. These are the Moda Prismatic Pro makeup brushes. It's a 4-piece face perfecting kit. They just look like this. I'm sure you guys have probably seen these or heard of these on YouTube before. These kind of like spoon looking type brushes. I've never tried them before and I thought this would be a kind of perfect opportunity to give them a go. So in the package you just get 4, oh my gosh, everything is falling. So in the package you basically just get 4 different types of brushes, starting from the biggest one all the way down to the little itty bitty teeny tiny one right here. So yeah, I figured what the hell, might as well try to apply our foundation with something a little bit different today. So for the foundation, I'm going to use this brush right here, and right off the bat it feels super soft. And it seems to be a little bit on the flimsy side, so I'm really hoping it doesn't break, but it feels really soft on the skin. Will it blend out our foundation nicely? I don't really know. We're going to have to try these two together and see how they work. If this doesn't end up working well for me, I do have a backup foundation brush here that I will use in case this one sucks asshole. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. Also, if you're wondering, I do have some dreads in my hair. I will do a video on them if I feel like there's a video worth doing on them. Basically right now I'm just trying them out. Oh, and if you like my little headband type thing, I got this from American Eagle, so that's where that's from. Anyway, so I'm just kind of trying out the dreads to see how I like them. I only have a few in my hair, and then I have like some black ones here. Now we're like getting all sorts of jumbled here. So basically I'm just going to start out like I normally would. I'm just going to take the top and get it pumped out here. Okay, so here's the consistency. It's definitely, I think this is definitely going to be a lot lighter foundation. The consistency seems to be a little bit runny. So I'm just going to take some on my finger and start dotting it all over the face. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good for a first layer. So far it feels really good on the skin. The color looks like it's going to be a good match. I got the color shade 20W, it says right there on the bottom. So now I'm going to take this brush and just start lightly rubbing it in circular motions all over the skin. It feels really nice, like the brush is super soft. Yeah, and I'm also finding it like super hard to get in like the little crevices of my skin, like here, and then it's not really sticking well on my cheek area. So I think I'm going to skip out on this brush. I'm not really a fan of it. I mean, it blended really nice like down here, and it looks like on camera the color is actually a little too light. Oh well, we can fix that with bronzing, but yeah, I'm not really feeling this brush. I just feel like it's not really getting in all of the nooks and crannies that I want it to get into, like around my cheeks and around my nose, in here, on my eyes, up in my hairline. It's like, I don't know, I'm just really kind of struggling with this brush. So I'm going to put that down. I feel like it's like too big. Like I feel like I would be better off using this almost for foundation, because I just feel like this one is just like ginormous. So we're going to skip out on that. I'm just going to take a regular foundation brush and finish buffing out this first layer. Also, another thing I'm noticing is it's very, very pink toned. Now, it doesn't look pink toned in the bottle, so I don't know if that's like just my redness peeking through. So this is what the first layer looks like all buffed out. Just from what I'm seeing in the mirror, it is a pretty medium coverage foundation. I'm not mad at it. It doesn't feel heavy on the skin. And another thing I'm noticing is it does cling to dry patches. So I don't think that this foundation would be good for someone who has like super dry skin. I'm just going to take one more pump right on the foundation brush, and I'm really going to try to build up the coverage and really see how buildable this is and see if it goes cakey on us at all. But this is definitely a lightweight, light coverage foundation. Now I feel like using a foundation brush like this, I'm getting a lot more coverage than I did with this little spoon looking type thing. Okay, so here's what the second layer looks like all buffed out. The coverage is a little bit better. I'm not going to put another layer over top of this just because I feel like it's going to start to cake up on me. It is definitely not a full coverage foundation. I can still see a few of my blemishes through the skin. It's very clingy to dry patches, like I said. And also, I don't know why, but on camera it looks super, super pale. But in person it does not look that pale. So I think I'm just going to leave this just 2 coats and see how it wears throughout the day. Next, I'm going to go in with some concealer, and the concealer I'm going to use is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. This is in light neutral, and I just have a little sample size because I'm broke and a sample size is really all I can afford right now. And I'm going to take this underneath the eyes, and I'm going to try this little spoon brush. Okay, yeah, no, I do not like these brushes at all. I'm going to go back with my foundation brush and blend out the concealer because that brush was not doing shit for me. I don't know, I was not a fan. It was like too dense. I wasn't able to press the product in, so fuck that noise. So much for doing a first impression on the brushes, right? Not a fan at all. Okay, so here's an up-close view of my skin. Just with the 2 coats and the concealer on. As you can see, it looks a little bit patchy and a little bit dry. So we're going to have to see how this wears throughout the day, and my lips are like super chapped and these retainers are ugly as fuck. I am a hot mess today. So for powder today, I'm just going to use my Rimmel London Stay Matte Pressed Powder, and I'm just going to set everything on my face. I'm just going to use this bronzer by Avon. I've had it for years, and it's been a favorite of mine. So I'm just going to start adding some color back into my face so we don't look like a ghost. Because right now we're looking a little ghostly. So I'm really going to start warming up my temples like that and on the cheeks. Next for blush, I'm going to be using this one by Tarte, and this is in the shade Partay. And I'm just going to take some on my blush brush and add some color into my cheeks, and already we are looking alive, we are looking well, everything is coming together. That is everything for powder, bronzer, and blush. I'm going to run through and do my eyebrows really quick, just kind of brush them out and fill them in. So eyebrows are done. The face is pretty much complete. Final thoughts, I do like it a lot better now that I have like my bronzer on and my blush on. I do think it is starting to look better. We'll have to see how it looks after it kind of like settles into my skin, because always when you put foundation on right off the bat, it does look a little bit crazy just because it hasn't really absorbed into your skin, and especially for me, it just kind of sits on top of my skin until like my natural oils start coming through, and then it looks a little bit better. So I'll probably have to give it maybe like 45 minutes to really see how it looks once it's kind of settled in. Right now it's not horrible. I don't hate it. Is it one of my favorites so far? First impression wise, probably not. I have other foundations that I've liked a lot quicker and a lot better during my first impressions. It is currently 11:26 a.m. I will come back in a few hours and give you guys my first check-in on the foundation. So I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye. Hey guys, welcome back. So I'm here to do a check-in on the Skin Perfect HD foundation that we started with today. So the last time I checked in, it was 11:26 in the morning. It is now 1:40 in the afternoon. So I've had it on for a little more than 2 hours. And just like how I said, after it started to settle into my skin, I'd be able to tell if the foundation was working with me or not, and sure enough, I was right. It took maybe about like an hour or so for my skin to like fully absorb the foundation and for me to really kind of see how the foundation was working and the color and all that stuff. So hands down, I do for sure think that after some time and letting it sink into my skin, it worked really well. Like, I did notice that I did oxidize a little bit, but it oxidized to literally the perfect color for me. I'm not mad at this foundation at all. I actually really like the way my skin looks. I think it looks really, really nice. I'm not noticing it gathering anywhere. I did just have some lunch and it doesn't look like it wiped off anywhere on my mouth either. Alright guys, so it's now 1:42. I will come back at the end of the night and I will give my final thoughts on this foundation and what I think of it and all that good stuff. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So it is now 8:34 p.m. and I'm going to be doing my final check-in and my thoughts on the Skin Perfect HD foundation by Kokie Cosmetics, the foundation that we've been trying out pretty much all day. So the very first time I told you guys was 11:26 a.m. I'm pretty sure. So it's been a good probably 9 hours that I've had this foundation on. Basically what I did today is I just had a pretty normal day. I filmed and then I took a little nap and then I also went and ran some errands. Like I went to the bank and what else did I do? Oh, I had to stop by my tattoo shop and I had to get my wrap changed and I had to put gas in the car. So just a pretty normal average day, nothing too crazy. One of like the really big factors that really kind of put this foundation to the test is that it was about 86 degrees today, which is very, very hot, especially for Michigan this time of year. We usually are into like the cooler fall temps now, but we're pretty much having like July weather right now, so it was very, very hot, and obviously I was sweating. So what you are seeing right now is 9 hours of just normal average day wear, and obviously I am a little bit shiny because I do have oily skin. I probably should have said something in the beginning what my skin type is. I do have very, very oily skin, so no matter what foundation I try, usually after a few hours my skin almost always looks super oily. So obviously there's a little bit of shine. As far as like my overall face, it actually doesn't look that bad. I do notice that it has worn off quite a bit on my nose. Probably for me, like rubbing my nose, it does rub off rather quickly. Like if I were to like go like this, there's a considerable amount of foundation on my finger, so it does transfer. So I would definitely make sure that you set this with a very strong setting spray or a very strong powder for sure. So overall, do I like this foundation? I think it's just okay. It's not one of the like most amazing things I've ever tried, but then again, it's not the crappiest thing I've ever tried, you know what I mean? So I think it's a pretty good foundation, especially if you've never tried this brand before. Like I've never even heard of this brand, which is why I decided to pick this one up in particular, just because I thought it was really cool and unique looking. I also do like the packaging. For being drugstore, I love that frosted glass. As far as price, I think this was maybe between $8 to $11. I think that's the price range that it was in. They do have a ton of different shades as well. So overall, I think this foundation was okay. I'm going to finish out the rest of my week wearing this foundation just to give it a few more shots, because obviously you can't really give something, you know, a final thought if you've only tried it once. I feel like you need to try it like at least a few more times, you know what I mean? So I will have to give this a go a couple more times to see how I really like it. One thing I was super disappointed in right off the bat were these brushes, these Moda brushes. I don't know, guys, I was just not feeling these at all. I'll probably have to try it again on a different day with a foundation that I'm used to, you know what I mean? But I don't know, right off the bat I wasn't really happy with them. I just think they're super flimsy and you can't really do anything with that. So I don't know, we'll have to give those a try a different day. But overall, I think the foundation was pretty good. You'll have to let me know what you guys think of my face. Down in the comments, I would love to know. Let me know if you guys have tried anything else from this brand, and if so, what is your favorite product from them. Make sure to leave that in the comments as well. But that is pretty much everything that I have for this foundation first impressions. Not too shabby, not too shabby, I'm not going to complain. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give a huge thumbs up, and don't forget to go down and subscribe to my channel. But as always, I will see you guys very soon in my next video. I love you guys.